Thank you for having me. I'd like to explain my background. I was human resources and behavioral health care in Alaska where I hired and trained our staff. In collaboration with others, I created an in-person training program while incorporating computer trainings as well. Not that I did the computer part. With that experience, I submit this proposal to you. My philosophy, as most of you know, is transparency and full discussion. The more we debate and nitpick a proposal, the stronger it'll be. So, this proposal is with input and approval from the membership committee. Kathy is our team leader. I also have the pleasure of working with Barbara and Alma. Sandy and I talked about this recently, and I was able to send it to her ahead of time. She is now on membership, and I'm really excited about that. I look forward to hearing your ideas about how we can make a program that helps our old members, new members, and even our prospective members feel included in the loop, and particularly excited to be a part of Tucson Desert Harmony. So, let's get on with it, shall we? First, we must become aware of problems old, new, and prospective members may face. Onboarding and education needs to be founded on TDH values and concur with SAI chapter and TDH bylaws. These educational goals of ours are far-reaching in multiple directions, resembling a spider's web, but we must weave them in like a well-placed thread. To narrow it down today, I'm only going to paint broad strokes under the umbrella of onboarding and education. These are the broad strokes of areas that membership committee believes are in need of improvement. Without member values, we cannot create an appropriate onboarding educational plan. 2, ensure visitors have a solid understanding of what Tucson Desert Harmony is. Can we create enthusiasm by telling them our history? Until we are out there again performing and competing, we have nothing to excite potential members or to grab them in. Like that thread of the woven fabric, it must flow together. One team supporting each other, reaching out and working together. None of us live in a bubble.
Number 3, ensure visitors understand expectations. Expectations like silence on the risers. We cannot expect new members to adhere to rules that we ignore. So, we teach the current members by asking them leading questions. We can invite chorus members to help us by giving their feedback on our class on TDH rules so that we can finalize our itinerary. In this meeting, we ask, should a member address a rule breaker? How? Or what are some of the ways people speak out inappropriately? By doing so, hopefully the rule breakers will learn that what they are doing is wrong and realize that they have to set the example. Plus, it'll help the chorus feel individually included, a part of it, and appreciated.
Number 4, ensure visitors are fully prepared for audition. Without education, a visitor may not understand that it's not just about words and notes, that they should be able to hold their note on their own, that they can practice by singing against another part in the tracks. Kathy is addressing all this, but for many of us, it was not clear in the past. Number 5, ensure a smooth transition to become a TDH member. Current concerns include the voting in process. Some members were voted on the night they passed audition. How are members to judge someone that they've only seen 5 or 6 times and only spoken to maybe once or twice? Transparency about the cost. Even the initial investment was not fully explained to everyone before we were voted in. Also, can we expect a new member to join if we're not transparent about our rules, our bylaws, our financial commitments and such? Improving the process. Still painting with broad strokes. We don't have enough time to dig into the details today. Today I will speak heavily on the Big Sister portion, as that is the current focus of membership. the same concept I bring out regarding a Big Sister program applies to the structure and bones of the education program. 1. Provide training following SAI, Region 21, and TDH guidelines. The structure behind these concepts is most important at this moment in time. For example, membership, education, and management must work together to ensure that as the bylaws are reviewed, they fit in with changes that we'd like to propose one step at a time. Number 2, Big Sisters, for example. Before we recruit Big Sisters, TDH needs to be enthused about being a Big Sister. Before they can become enthused, they need to know just what it entails. It is the goal of membership that our members develop a passion, not just for being a Big Sister, but overall involvement. 3, transparency. Ensure current members are aware of TDH opportunities, changes in rules, and methods, as well as reminders of behavioral expectations through small training segments or comments during the business meetings, like my suggestion to get your own little group together if you want to. Education can be a method of sparking that fire. I'm not suggesting a full day, a half day, or even a 2-hour class, nor am I suggesting our education to be based on the thou shalt nots. For example, Big Sister recruiting and training, we offer a class. No, not a class. That's boring. We announce in a meeting, Tuesday night at MVUU from 6:05 to 6:20, we welcome you to join us for an open discussion to those who are interested in learning what we are looking for in Big Sisters. Bring a notebook as we will be brainstorming. We really want to hear your ideas. By stating it this way, those who are not even interested will have an opportunity to learn what we're doing. Transparency builds trust. In the meeting, instead of saying, we need a Big Sister to do this and that, we ask them what they believe would be traits of a good sister, write them on the board. For suggestions that are not great, before deciding to write them on the board, ask others if they see any drawbacks to that suggestion. For suggestions from our list that are left out of what they say, we add them to the list by directing the attendance train of thought. What if a Big Sister doesn't care for another member and desires to warn her little about it? Or, how can we tactfully redirect our little sisters when they gossip? So now, by seeking the opinions of our members, they feel needed and included. The things we are trying to teach were taught in a way that they will remember because they were a part of the process. We'll have a better idea of who would truly be a Big Sister. We develop a wider group of potential Big Sisters because even if they don't sign up, we can always say, Sally may be joining us, and I was just thinking what a great Big Sister you'd be. Now our member feels accepted and desired, and we are building passion. Number 4, recruit and train Big Sisters. By then, recruiting has been accomplished without recruiting. I propose we use this approach for the majority of our training. Here is an initial list of 15-minute classes that we'd like to offer. This list will be expanded as education needs expand to meet the growing needs of the chorus. I come up with new ideas every week, like what to expect and how to prepare for your audition. But we should start one class at a time, beginning with just Big Sisters. This mini module list are 15-minute trainings that will be offered before chorus begins on only an as-needed basis. The process of getting these trainings going can be casual. They have to be. Hey, week after next we're having a meeting about such and such. Every year the membership team can evaluate and determine which classes are going, which are not going yet, which need to be improved, do some surveys. This is not a comprehensive list of classes. What classes would you like to see added? I'm going to throw Sandy under the bus here. Give them to her for consideration, but be patient with the membership team. This will not happen in 1 week, 1 month, or even a year. It will be ongoing. Don't expect Sandy and I to teach everything. In fact, I'm one of the least qualified to teach when it comes to things like voice care, technique, and practice tips, music comprehension, and barbershop terminology. I heard Rena has a good lecture on vowels, who can share the speech singing. Teresa can introduce members to the websites. Lisa could teach them about how finances work, how to balance their checkbook now. And Teresa get them set up with costume. Other methods that we consider incorporating in our training. Well, Sonia already started it with the weekly links to the voice training videos, not knowing that I had this on the list before she initiated it. Nor did Sandy know I would be pushing for more surveys. Thank you both. You're both awesome. Online videos of discussion groups that we have in our trainings that could be posted. PDFs of the suggestions brought forth in the discussions can be posted to the website perhaps. Maybe before we add more to the website, we should review it and clean it up. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in quite some time now. Anyway, new member training may possibly only have one attendee. We can wait for a while on another because it would be so much more effective for the new member. But we can't wait too long. I mean, for example, billing can't wait. Costume has to come at appropriate times. So we just be flexible and watch it all kind of roll out. If there are any classes that we would not want open to general membership, it would be the new member class, because we don't want our new members to be immediately exposed to any occasional negative nanny. Well, never mind, we don't have those. So thank you. Thank you all for allowing us to make this presentation. To summarize, for the majority of trainings offered, we suggest bite-sized modules with different teachers for different concepts. We can start with the classes mentioned, one at a time, but as we ask our members for their suggestions, we'll have a fuller, more well-balanced program. Questions?